Greetings. We are the Ascended Rosicrucians.
Oh, welcome. I was a member at one time.
Yes.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for extending your welcome. We are Ascended Ones from a monastic order of the Rosicrucians.
Now I hear Robert, I believe it is, talking about the European Rosicrucians. Is there some kind of difference between?
Yes, that is, we are of that sect. We lived on the earth in the 1500s. We were a quiet enclave. We lived in the hill country of Ireland.
Approximately how many people?
Our numbers varied over the years, between 15 and 50.
What dimension are you on now?
We operate from the 9th dimension.
And are you in the process of helping the people on the planet now?
That is not our primary purpose. Our primary purpose is preserving mystical teachings.
Well, that really makes me feel more honored that you would come here.
This vessel is open to purposes beyond the reach of humanity. She is open to purposes in the cosmos and higher realms of angelic order, and this is of interest to us.
Good. I'm glad you're interested in it. I don't know if this is true or not, but I think that my mother said that my father at one time wanted to be a member of the Rosicrucians. It could have been my imagination.
We diverge greatly from religions on the earth in that we are primarily interested in interior work rather than building something, building organizations or communities around teachings. That is not of interest to us.
So what is interest of yours?
Preserving ancient rites and rituals that invoke the presence of the gods.
And how do you do that? And is there some way we can help?
Many of these practices are mysteries, and importantly so, because in the hands of the wrong persons or unskilled persons, even persons of good intention but without guidance of wisdom, these mysteries can be of harm. Those of us in this brotherhood operated with a lifetime commitment to our practice. And the discipline shown in our brotherhood, the discipline for learning and practice, has not been found on earth at this time. We lived very, very simple lives, very simple, constrained with little attention given to material objects, only the basics of food and shelter, clothing that were essential in order that we might be devoted to learning these ancient practices, which were and still are primarily well-guarded understandings.
So is there no place on the planet right now where this information is and being taught?
There is more information about our practices available now than in the past. However, there are key missing pieces from the catalog of information around our studies.
I'm not sure I understand what that means. Is there information, some of that information on the planet? Is it in books? Is it just individuals? Is there a group?
Well, what is documented is made available on the internet, of course. And there are some ancient texts as well.
But the more mystical and profound information is not available at this time.
That is correct. Much of our practice was never recorded, and this was intentional. This is what we would like to leave you with on this first visit. There is a propensity in the human way of being to share whatever is given. We, however, value holding the sacred very close.
Well, I would certainly honor that.
And so we would encourage you in your experience with the divine that there be some things that you hold close that are for your own experience and understanding, and not to be shared.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I can do that.
When two lovers are together, they hold what they have shared to be sacred between the two, and they respect this sacred intimacy by keeping it so and do not share it with others. There is a kind of intimacy that one may experience with the divine that is meant to be held sacred and close to the heart and not shared with others. And this adherence protects one from the ego's interference. Our lives were very simple and lived with devotion. We lived in blood covenant partnerships with one another, and once one was committed to our fellowship, they were never divorced from that fellowship for any reason. This is a kind of loyalty we cannot find on the earth anymore. And we broke bread together daily, ate together, and this was a ritual that fed our relationships and kept them lively and vibrant and loving. And because we had made our blood covenant with one another, and we knew that our commitment was for a lifetime, then we were more willing and apt to be honest and committed and work through conflicts, because we knew that we would continue on together no matter what. And we are dismayed by the prevalence of divorce and the prevalence of aborting the young, for both of these are derivatives of a same spirit, which is, if you inconvenience me or disturb me or upset me in some way, I shall be rid of you. And we feel this is inherently selfish. Because of our blood covenant with one another, if one was weak or sick or flawed in some manner of integrity, because of our covenant, that weakness, that sickness, that flaw of character was our own, because we had committed to be together. And so we were more beneficent and compassionate and willing to find solutions. We made accommodations for one another, but also held one another accountable. and each was accountable not only to one or another, but to all. When we berated or scolded another for their actions or misdeeds, it was with an aim to restore that one to their rightful place amongst us, not to disregard or discard them.
Well, I feel like Angie and I have a relationship similar or close to that.
We would agree. And we took into our fellowship anyone who came to us, who wanted to be there. And we held them at arm's length for a time of 6 months. And if at the end of the year they wanted to become a part of us, they entered the blood covenant with us.
I think I felt the similar thing with the Rosicrucians is I didn't get anything real valuable in the beginning, kind of as a test or to see how dedicated I was, but unfortunately I was too impatient to wait it out. So I had to go. I went in other directions.
Yes, and we would say that both you and your wife and many others in spiritual leadership waste energy on those who lack commitment at times.
Yes, I definitely agree.
But those who have the will and determination will not be turned away. And by this, there is evidence of their fortitude.
Yes, I would love to see that.
We entreated no one to be a part of what we were doing. We were a commune of men only. And this aided our focus greatly.
Yes, I think Buddha said something similar. Whether it's true or not, I don't know, that whenever women became disciples, it would ruin his commune or teachings or something. Don't want to use the word religion.
And of course, it was not the women who diverted the work, who we feared would divert the work, but the men's divided attentions.
Yes.
Well, we are happy to meet you and begin a conversation here.
Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. Is this something that, would you like us to put any of this on the what called internet, or is this something just for us?
You may. We have not divulged anything that we hold close to heart.
Okay.
Only our sincere wishes and sharing for you.
Thank you very much. been very enjoyable.